Blog Talk Radio.
Are you ready to take a bite out of the competition? Are you looking for ideas to make your business better? Welcome to the Core Business Show with Tim Jacquet,
sponsored by Apple Capital Group.
At the core of every successful business, you'll find people making a difference. And with each episode of the Core Business Show, we talk with those people, examine those ideas, and explore the strategies that make them special. Now, the host of the Core Business Show, Tim Jacquet.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Core Business Show. I'm Tim Jacquet, your host. The topic is going to be, are you sabotaging your home business success? Let's examine and talk and explore about these particular ideas. If you'd like to join the conversation, you can go ahead and give me a call at 347-324-3460 or pose a question in the chat room. Let's take a break real quick, and we'll be back with the show.
You're listening to the Core Business Show, sponsored by Apple Capital Group.
Again, welcome back. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 areas we're going to talk about regarding sabotaging your business. Sometimes as business owners, we're our own worst enemy in business. And some of us, one guest told us, sometimes we have to fire ourselves in order for our business to become successful when it becomes a certain level. Every person is not a manager. Every person is not a business leader. But it's usually something sparked us in our spirit to start this particular business. And we all have our expertise. Are we good in sales? Are we good in marketing? Are we good in finance and managing? Are we good in leadership? And we need to acknowledge and understand what we are, our strengths are, and stay in that particular area. And hand the other thing that you're not good at to somebody else. So let's kind of stab into the topic. Here's a quote. Spending each waking moment involved with every single aspect of your business might seem like a necessity early on, but that's a devotion that can be a liability in long term. So do it yourself. Yeah, you had to do it yourself at the very beginning. There's a book by Susan Urquhart Brown. It's called The Accident Entrepreneur, 50 Things I Wish Someone Had Told Me About Starting a Business. We're going to see if we can get her on the show one of these days to talk about her book in depth. But we're sometimes our own worst nightmare because we don't separate ourselves on what we're good at. What we're good at in our passion of sales or inventing, that's what we need to stay on and try to learn the other aspects of business and get people that gift in that particular area to get things done. If you're not a good administrator or good organizer, get a secretary part-time, and that's all they do for 4 hours a day if you can afford it, is to let them sell to have someone to organize you, okay? Do that, and that makes your life much easier. Even just answering your phones when you can't answer your own phones. Okay, here's another option. Ignoring the books. So what I was talking about earlier, get someone who's specialized in organizing your books, get a person who's organizing and managing your schedules and returning calls, and that is, get specialized in that can tell you how to input your information in. So if you need to take a snapshot at your financial state, you know exactly where you are, how many things you have outstanding, how many invoices you have outstanding. You have to keep abreast of those books every single day. And with the automated system today, it's easier to do that. You just have to input it incorrectly. Okay, and here's another option. Maintaining a out-to-date website. Your website has to be current. It can't be out-to-date images, out-to-date information. Google is a verb, as it says. Customers will Google you. You must have up-to-date and relevant information. So make sure you create a web presence that is all about yourself. You don't have to be elaborate, but be sensible and make sure it's relevant to today. Also, social media, don't avoid, again, Google and Facebook are verbs. So you need to have some interest in social media, Facebook and Twitter in particular. You need to have a presence on maybe even Pinterest. Pinterest is another. But get yourself out there. Get yourself a blog. Get yourself on YouTube. And there's a lot of functions that you would get out of it as of link, as of good information. So get yourself out there and make yourself relevant. The next one is keeping ineffective employees. Fire them. Do not keep anybody as ineffective whatsoever. If they're not adding your business success, they're not worth it. So get rid of them. It will cost you less in the long term. Get people that is a hard worker who's going to work on your behalf. And lastly, getting too comfortable with yourself as a status quo. You might be on top on one day, but you got to maintain it. And don't think that someone is going to knock you off the table one of these days. You can look at General Electric had to fight for their market share. Facebook had to fight for their market share. Microsoft had to fight for their market share. Let's look at, go back 22 years when American Online, Compucast was number one. American Online knocked them off the map. They became number one. And look at American Online. They're not number one anymore. Now you have, once everybody have a cheap way to get to the internet, they have all different areas that they can go through to get what they really need. So again, let's kind of recap this real quick. These things can sabotage your success. Doing everything yourself, the one-man show, you can't do that. Ignoring a book, an update website can sabotage yourself. Avoiding social media can. Ineffective employees, and also get too comfortable with yourself. Again, everybody, thank you for listening to the Core Business Show. I'm Tim J.K., host. Thank you all for listening, and we look forward to you tuning in to another broadcast of the Core Business Show where we examine those ideas and we explore those ideas from business leaders abroad. Thank you for listening. Let's take a word from the sponsor real quick, and we'll be back in a moment.
Apple Capital Group in Jacksonville, Florida, is a commercial lender that specializes in asset-based loans, equipment leasing and financing, invoice financing, commercial real estate loans, and asset-based financing in the U.S. and Canada. Apple Capital Group is a direct lender that lends on their private equity investment portfolio. 90% of most loans are decided within 2 hours, and vendor funding within 24 hours after documents are completed, with a one-page application. No slow no's, just a quick decision and a fast yes. To get more information about lending from Apple Capital Group, call 866-611-7457. That's 866-611-7457 to speak with one of our loan specialists. Or visit us right now at applecapitalgroup.com.
Thank you for listening to the Core Business Show. We have more shows in store for you. Check the blog at thecorebusinessshow.com. And you'll get some information on transcripts of these particular shows. Continue to listen and write reviews on it. Thank you for listening. Take care.
Thank you for listening to the Core Business Show with Tim J.K. For a free quote on equipment leasing and financing, visit our website, applecapitalgroup.com. That's applecapitalgroup.com. And fill out the information to receive your free quote. We hope you'll join us for our next episode. And remember, you can always get to the core via iTunes. You'll find all our previous episodes there. Thanks again for listening to the Core Business Show with Tim J.K.